It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Checking out Cleveland, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Tyronn Lue went from being an assistant coach in Cleveland to interim head coach, and now the head coach with an NBA title. Talk about the job he's done for the Cavs.
You know, his players love him. They fight for him. He played for me, so I know he's a great basketball mind, and I think that's the best compliment you can give a coach.
He played for you?
Yeah, he played for me.
He played for you? You coached him?
Nope, but it was my team.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
it must have been a joy to coach.
Must have been a joy to coach, man. First time coach, man, leading his team to rings, you've got to be impressed. Well, the other thing that you're impressed is how much guys play for him, not just that he played for guys.
Oh, you know, that's so deep. I'm going to need to take about a half or 3/4 just to digest it. Here's Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Everyone is in their seat here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland as the Cavaliers look to grab a win here at home. Welcome, everybody. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us here at 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And, of course, Bismack Biyombo. They'll need someone to fill his role.
And Kevin, he was an important player for him. I think more than people give him credit for. And that's not to say the trade was a mistake, but this is a guy they'll miss.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Ross is the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt, and it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. Now, here's Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Hill. Here's the 3. Ross grabs the board. On defense, the Cavaliers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
On offense, here are the Magic, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
Second shot opportunity. The kick out to Hill. And here's Love for three. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Love's got his first 3 points of the game.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Gordon with the screen for Augustine. Puts up a three. And the basket by Gordon. For a young player, Clark, it's adjusting to the speed of the NBA and the length of the schedule. So how do you power through that rookie wall? How do you survive that?
Well, there's no magic formula, Kevin. You just have to stay the course because it comes in different times for different players. For me, it was after about 60 games. I was a starter playing 34, 35 minutes a game. So it was a combination of fatigue and just getting used to 2.5 times more games than I had ever played in my career. So you fight through it, stay with your habits, stay with your preparation, and eventually you find your legs.
Now, here is Smith. He had 15 points last outing. Thompson. Up against Gordon. Here's Hill. Again, missing Hill. The Magic have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. On the wing, Gordon. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon, reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Hill kicks to Love. He feeds it to Thompson. It's a pick by Love. Hill passes to Love. Gordon with the defensive effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
From 13. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ross has got his first points in this one.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen. He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Now here is Hill. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
Hill against Augustine. There's a good screen. Ross with a wide open look. They get it back.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the jam by J.R. Smith.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Augustine. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. There's the dish to Vucevic. Gordon up on top. Gordon with the screen for Augustine. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
You know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Orlando shooting their first free throws of the night. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Augustine. And the Magic benefiting from multiple first-round picks this summer. They needed the help.
Yeah, they did, and they need a big hit in the draft. I mean, they've lacked star talent, and we know this is a talent-driven league. Either you develop stars or you pull them into your fold. They've got to find some difference makers. There's no doubt about that.
Now here's Love. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Fades back. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Magic have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Such a wide open look. Augustine's got 6 points.
Excellent shot selection by Augustine, focusing on taking shots only when he's in rhythm.
It's a pick by Love. Smith kicks to Love. Another miss by Love. Orlando leading by 4. Plenty of space. Augustine, no luck.
You know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Smith outside. Kicks to Thompson. And here's Hill for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
Now, here's Fournier. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off of.
Now Hill following the three-point attempt by Aaron Gordon. Hill dishes to Smith. The feed now to Love. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. And Hood the bucket on the assist by Love. Hood's got his second bucket of the night.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And it's Vucevic missing. Cavaliers trailing. Outside Hood. And the shot falls short this time. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. They've had a difficult time in this matchup. They've lost both games so far this season. I asked him how he thought they could turn around. He said, we have to improve our defensive intensity, quicken our rotations. We can make things tough around the rim with our shot blockers, but we also have to close out on the perimeter. We'll see if they can flip the script tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So their focus, guys, is going to be on defense right away.
And that's always a good philosophy. Don't let an opponent get settled. Try to take them out of their game early.
And, you know, that's all about energy. Coming out with fresh legs and putting a lot of effort into the defense.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Orlando.
Absolutely just gorging themselves with these mid-range jumpers. Not always a high-yield strategy, but that's the shot the defense has been yielding, and they have made them pay.
Maybe not a natural-born distributor, but Clarkson working to keep his teammates involved.
Screen by Grant. Here's a Afflalo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Clarkson kicks to Corver. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Zizic. Here's Nance. That one off the back iron and out. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Grant's got his first basket of the night. Cleveland's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Corver kicks to Nance. There's the pick. Nance a screen on Simmons. There's the pass to Zizic. And a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Mozgov sets a screen for Grant. Mozgov up top. He's covered by Clarkson. Afflalo outside. To the wing on the left. Here's Mozgov. The shot that time, not on target. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And Larry Nance Jr., son of three-time NBA All-Star Larry Nance, and both of them known for their big-time dunking ability.
Well, you know what I like to say, Kevin? You can't run away from the DNA. His father was the NBA's first dunk contest champion, and Junior has some highlight reel dunks of his own, especially that one everybody perhaps saw over Brook Lopez. What a punch.
You're right. Here's Afflalo after the Cavaliers pick up 3. That one good for 2.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Clarkson with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Now here's Afflalo. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And it's a 3-point Magic lead. Pass to Nance. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Clark, we've seen an influx of superb scorers in the recent draft classes. Any young player come to mind who could lead the league in scoring in a few short years?
Well, it's going to be a while as long as Kevin Durant is still playing, Kevin. I think he's the guy that can do it as easy and efficiently as anybody. But when you look at some of the young guys that may have that potential, certainly Devin Booker at Phoenix, love this young man's stroke and demeanor and toughness on the offensive end. Markelle Fultz has a skill set that screams big-time score. Those two guys of the young group would probably stand out to me.
Right. You're right, Clark. Both free throws good from Nance. 1:35 left in the first quarter. Pass to Isaac. He kicks to Mozgov. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. No good from Simmons.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Mozgov with the block.
7-1 with a plus wingspan. Mozgov can send your shot behind you in a hurry.
Afflalo, no good. And here's Cleveland. They trail by 1. Here's Clarkson. Rebounded by Isaac.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Now, here's Clarkson, following the missed shot by Timofey Mozgov. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Simmons, buries the jumper to finish the break. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Two seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here is Korver looking for his first basket still in this one. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Clarkson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Clarkson's got his first points of the night.
Attacking inside. Clarkson plays with a chip on his shoulder, like he's trying to prove something every night. That's not a bad way to play when you're young and up and coming.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Magic leading by just 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
through that first one. They've turned this thing into a track meet.
Yeah, outworking them right now, plain and simple. I mean, they've been terrific in the open floor.
Orlando leading. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Zizic in at the 5. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Now, here's Grant. Feeds to Simmons. 5 to shoot. Nance with some nice D.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Rebounded by Isaac. Magic shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Here's Simmons. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Nance has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To the paint. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Nance has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nance a screen on Grant. Down low. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance. Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. In third, the Cavaliers.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Now, here's Grant. Dishes it to Simmons. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
Korver kicks to Nance. Just 5 to shoot. Osman. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back on it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point. Talk about bringing it. Riding it up and in off the drive. Clarkson athletic enough to create his own offense.
The Magic have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Aflalo kicks to Mozgov. He feeds it to Grant. Stolen by Clarkson. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Boy, nice anticipation by Clarkson. Not just on the steal, but in the way he jump starts the fast break.
Orlando trailing here. Grant outside. The dish to Mozgov. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Let's take a quick look at the numbers for Grant. He's averaging 8 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
The first one falls.
And, you know, at this point in his career, Mozgov knows his role, plays hard defense, and really takes quality shots on offense.
Both teams will make substitutions. And he makes both free throws.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Kicks it to Smith. Out to the wing. And here's Love for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And it's 6 points for Love.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
Mozgov kicks to Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass. Gordon's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post.
On the wing, Hill, guarded by Augustine. Love kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. That shot is off. Gordon with the defensive effort. Here's Ross. Here's Augustine. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Hood for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ross against Hood. Ross passes to Mozgov. Augustine dishes to Fournier. Augustine setting the pick for Fournier. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Man, it's nice to watch how Fournier reads angles and defenses so well. I mean, that's a skill you can develop. Once he gets a pick, he knows how to cash in.
Hill kicks to Thompson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Mozgov.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
The shot's good from Fournier.
Really like to see Fournier go with the mid-range jump shot. This guy's a high percentage shooter, particularly from that spot on the floor.
Hill passes to Thompson. Gordon against Love. And it's Hood in the corner. They need this. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Lob pass to Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 9-point Magic lead.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Smith kicks to Love. Over Gordon. Hill dishes to Thompson. Doesn't go for him. Gordon with the defensive effort. Magic leading by 9. Fournier in the corner to the paint, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And that's Gordon's game now. You can't give him room to hit the launch pad, because if he does, he's throwing it down every time.
And the Cavaliers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Love. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Love's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Here's Fournier. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Augustine against Hill. Thompson, a screen on Augustine. Thompson outside. Love against Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Vucevic. Now here's Ross. Tight defense on him. Vucevic, a screen on Hood. Here's Ross. Great D that time from Hood. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
And that one misses.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
The 15-footer. Here's Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 11 points for Kevin Love.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Up top, Fournier, covered by Smith. That one drops for him. And the Magic lead by 8.
Vucevic never losing sight of the basket despite the best efforts of the defense. That, folks, is real good focus.
Augustine with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Augustine's got 10 points. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Here's the teardrop, and the layup is good. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead.
Shooting, driving, spotting up beyond the 3. Augustine scoring in a variety of ways. Man, I like that versatility.
Hill kicks to Thompson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Vucevic.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
And Orlando making a change here. Simmons is checked in. That free throw good from Thompson.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 7. Vucevic, and Thompson sends it back, and he recovers it. Smith kicks to Thompson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Picked by Vucevic. Augustine passes to Vucevic. The feed to Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots off the screen. It's rebounded by Cleveland. The drive by Smith. Simmons pulls it in. Orlando leading by 7. Passes it to Augustine. Vucevic is screen on Hill. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Vucevic has got his 2nd basket of the night.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Orlando making some changes. Isaac's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Flalo comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Nance a screen. Nance sets a screen for Clarkson. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And really all credit to the pass there. I mean, he angled it just right. Set up the basket beautifully.
1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Picked by Vucevic. Grant dishes to Vucevic. Back to Grant. From the stripe. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Osman. Guarded by Simmons. Outside for Korver. Clarkson is screen on Grant. Back to Korver for the 3. That shot missing, so Orlando will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Flalo against Clarkson. And Flalo kicks to Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Simmons sets a screen for Grant. And Vucevic kicks to Simmons. Here's Isaac. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And so it's the Orlando Magic ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Aaron Gordon. Aaron, you guys came out and played extremely well. What was the mindset in the first half?
We just tried to come out here, really stick to our principles, pick up the pace, and really be aggressive, and it turned out in a high-scoring half.
Just the way you want to play. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They really did some damage in the second quarter, and as things started clicking for them, they were able to get out to a 9-point lead by halftime. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, sometimes you get too comfortable playing at home. This team played tonight like it's no urgency. And now they dug themselves a hole, and the energy level to get out of it is going to be extraordinary. We'll see if they come out of the tunnel with some fire in the second half, because they're going to need it.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You got to like what DJ Augustine has done in this game.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and you know, he accumulated a lot of assists. And I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Orlando leading by 9. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, the big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Augustine in at the 1 spot. Hill passes to Love. Hill inside, guarded by Augustine. Hill, no good.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer. Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
Orlando leading by 11. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Ross. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Hood for 3, nailed from three-point land. Hood's got 9.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And stolen by Hood. Outside Hill. Out to Hood. The pass to Love. Outside Hill. Vucevic against Thompson. Clock at 6. Thompson, a screen on Augustine. Hill drives in. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hill's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Cavs. And Augustine kicks to Ross. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Picked by Vucevic. And Thompson sends it back. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Yep, that one goes.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low. But as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
And Hill no good on that one.
And in my opinion, Hill is simply one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. While he's not that tall, he's got exceedingly long arms, and he does a great job using that length to dissuade passes and to challenge shots.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's Hood in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. And another 3 for Cleveland.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
Ross kicks to Vucevic. Back to Ross. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. A floater, and a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Love's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And a wide open look for Hood. And it's Hood again missing.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was. And tell you what, they got very lucky.
Ross kicks to Gordon. Over Love. Another miss by Orlando.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Ross with the steal. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Makes it off the glass. Vucevic has got 10 points.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic. I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
And Thompson kicks to Hood. Thompson a screen on Ross. They grab their own miss. Here's Love. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Fournier dishes to Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. J.R. Smith picks one up.
And over time, Vucevic has really developed a nice pump fake. And that often leads to him earning trips to the foul line.
And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, you look at the wingspan of Vucevic, and it covers a lot of territory. Not many defenders catch up to his release. And his mere presence on defense is disruptive.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Orlando. That one misses. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Outside Hill. Pass to Hood. He kicks it to Smith. Back to Hood. Ross with the steal. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. And Thompson sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. On defense, Cleveland. Picked by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Ross on the wing. Fires the three.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Cavaliers have not shot all that well from the free throw line, 6 of 11. And that one misses. Orlando leading by 4. To the inside. It's stolen by Hill. And here we go. Floats it up for Hill. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Picked by Mozgov. Here's the screen. Back to Augustine. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got 5 assists in the game. Hill passes to Hood. Pick up by Hill. Hood against Ross. Got a piece of it. Hill dishes to Love. 5 on the clock. Count that one. Love's got 13 points.
So impressive how quick Love gets his shot off, Kevin. I mean, even when the defense is on him, he knows how to use his size to his advantage.
Picked by Vucevic. Hill against Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Augustine setting the pick for Vucevic. He dishes it to Fournier. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
The penetrating game, the ability to get inside off the dribble, very important for this team. And Fournier is brilliant when it comes to slicing up the defense with his drives.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Isaac's checked in for Vucevic. Simmons comes in for Terrence Ross. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaren Grant in for Augustine. No good from Zizic.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And yes, it's good. Simmons got his second basket of the game. Here's Clarkson. Here's the screen. Passes to Zizic. Back to Clarkson from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 7.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Feeds it to Grant. Follow against Korver. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. Orlando gets it back. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Dishes it to Aflalo. Sinks the three-pointer. Aflalo's got 10.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Now the pass to Zizic. He feeds it to Korver. There's the pick. And Nance kicks to Korver. Pass to Zizic. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Osman. Off target from outside. Orlando leading by 8. Here's Isaac. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And Isaac really a big-time player on the interior. When he's near the basket, he's looking to score the ball.
Nance a screen. Osman. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And the first one drops. So he gets them both. Here's Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Isaac. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Mozgov. And it's Zizic with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 8. And here's Clarkson. 7 points in the game. Pass to Zizic. There's the pick. There's the dish to Korver. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Magic leading by 8. In the corner, Aflalo with it. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And they got to bring the double team on it.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
One shot.
And clearly, Tyronn Lue wants to talk it over. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Hill.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
Back to Clarkson. On the wing, Korver. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Magic leading by 9. Now Aflalo. He's got 13. Here's Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simmons got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
1:29 left to play here in the third. No good from Grant. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Clarkson kicks to Nance. Nance sets a screen for Korver. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He misses the free throw. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. The Magic leading by 11. And a wide open look for Simmons. Goes back up. Isaac misses. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. You look at Isaac, one of the league's best, third in steals.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Well, he's a premier pickpocket last month among rookies. You can't afford to get lazy around him because he'll leave you empty-handed for sure.
That free throw missing. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Isaac. And the second free throw, good. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Grant kicks to Simmons. There's the feed to Aflalo. Gordon with the screen for Aflalo. Over Nance. Mozgov controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Magic lead by 12.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
The offensive rebound. Zizic. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. The first one falls.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon, is a high-motor player who gives great effort out there all the time.
And both free throws good for Gordon. Corver with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Left side, Nance. Back to Clarkson. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Magic lead by 14. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Play for each other, creators and receivers. Okay, share the ball. Here we go.
Want everyone on the same page offensively. Frank Vogel saying to each man, do it for your teammates.
And, you know, I love the fact that he's promoting the spirit, the camaraderie between his guys. When they're working together, they are a lot harder to stop.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Zizic out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Kyle Korver. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Vucevic, he's checked in for the Magic. On defense, Cleveland. It's a 14-point game. Snatched up.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Grant kicks to Vucevic. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Korver passes to Clarkson. Three-pointer. Korver, good.
Perfect shooting form from K-squared, Kyle Korver. Man, is he a laser. Quick release and always gets himself squared up for the look.
Gordon with a screen on Nance. Grant kicks to Gordon. Aflalo dishes to Simmons. Feeds to Vucevic. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And, you know, when Vucevic gets in the zone and is rolling like this, you just have to make sure he gets his touches. Give him the ball.
Clarkson passes to Nance. Back to Clarkson. And Nance kicks to Clarkson. Vucevic with the block. They recover it. They retain possession. And they'll keep possession.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. So for the Magic, Fournier comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. And Thompson kicks to Korver. He dishes it to Clarkson. Simmons against Nance. Second chance shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The first one falls. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Smith comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Hill in for Clarkson. And a switcher also for Orlando. Ross, he's checked in for Simmons. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Gordon a screen. Here's Vucevic. Misses off the left iron.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Augustine dishes to Vucevic. It's Fournier on the wing and stolen by Love. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Hill passes to Nance. Love outside. Back to Nance. Let's go. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And he knocks down the first one. That one misses. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes, Clark, are traditional NBA positions meaning less and less in the game now?
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
Fast break. Here come the Magic. Ross is running.
And, you know, from one end to the other, that play was all Ross. His length can be a real factor.
Thompson, a screen on Augustine. Here's Hill. First one falls for him. Rodney Hood's checked in for Nance. Both free throws good from Hill. The Magic leading by 11. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. There's the pick. Fournier against Love. The shot's good from Fournier. And the Magic lead by 13.
Can't say enough about Fournier. A highly efficient scorer that you can't leave open.
Here's Hill. Out to Hood. Smith on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Hill against Augustine. Fournier sets the pick for Augustine. Outside Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Gordon a screen. Fournier gets a wide open look. The Magic with a fresh 24.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Here's Smith, and it's blocked by Gordon. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Ross, that's good.
Really impressive seeing a guy like Vucevic carve up the defense with his peripheral vision and passing. So good at spotting the open man.
And Thompson kicks to Hill. Back to Thompson. Love dishes to Hill. Love against Gordon. The drive by Love. And the basket is good.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
Augustine passes to Ross. Now here's Vucevic. It's Fournier on the wing. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Good D by Love. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Magic leading by 15. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Inside, Vucevic. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Vucevic has got 6 in the quarter.
And Vucevic is crafty, clever, close to the bucket.
Hill, no good. The Magic have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Augustine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. J.R. Smith picks one up. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. The Cavaliers trail by 18. And here is Hill. Smith outside. Love outside. Thompson in the corner. Cleveland moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Hill dishes to Thompson. Shoots over Vucevic. Vucevic with the block. Now Ross kicks it to Vucevic. Augustine passes to Ross. Love against Gordon. Back to Ross. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Pick by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. They set the pick. Dishes to Fournier. From deep. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Vucevic dishes to Fournier. And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what, to me, marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic.
And, guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where somebody, anybody, had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. The Cavaliers trail by 21. Hill with it. Hood kicks to Hill. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Augustine. Now the pass to Ross. Gordon with no one around. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
They get it again. Love. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gordon's got 10 points in just the second half.
And right now, Gordon is on a whole nother level now. I mean, he's not forcing anything. He's really letting the game come to him, and his shots are being taken right in rhythm.
Fournier against Smith. Fournier passes to Ross. Back to Fournier. He kicks it to Vucevic. 5 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Lets it go from deep. Fournier's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 21. Hood dishes to Thompson. Back to Hood. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and the team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Orlando.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And tonight, they take their first game of this highly charged 4-game season series. Now, 1 game remaining on the year to try and even things up against the Cavs.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Vucevic.
Well, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
Grant kicks to Vucevic. The shot from 20 feet away. That one a little long. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The high post shot, no good from Fry.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Evan Fournier. Hey, Evan, does a win like tonight's against this kind of competition show you how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, sure. You know, we obviously showing progress, but we want to be a very good team. We are very ambitious.
Nothing wrong with a little ambition, Evan. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.